All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is May 10th, 2021. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, how you guys doing? How's
it going, my good man?
It's been a good week.
Yeah.
Been a solid haul of news, too. Ooh.
Yeah, we basically got a lot of going on. News-wise, I'm glad that we waited until today to do the podcast. Plus, of course, it was Mother's Day, so congratulations to all the mothers, of course. I mean, or more like Happy Mother's Day to everybody, I guess. But yeah, it was just a mix of getting a lot of things done, and unfortunately, we were not able to get the podcast going on Sunday. However, it's a good thing we waited until today because we have a bunch of news to talk about today. And definitely a lot of cool things to talk about the week itself, because it's been a crazy one for sure. But here we are once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about Pokemon Go because we love the game just as much as you do. Make sure that we remind everybody that we are part of the Professor Network. Please check us out at theprofessornetwork.com/purifiedpodcast. Wonderful people to work with every single time. We recently did a interview with the Lure Up Creator Series. So if you want to hear us more and about the things that we love about the game, plus, we always talk about the podcast itself, go ahead and check them out. I'll leave the link to the episode in the description, and they're all podcast services, of course, or YouTube. So hopefully you can listen to us. Right, Chris?
Yeah, I think I like it when people listen to us.
Definitely. Well, I guess it's time to shift the gears, Chris, while I do this right here, because I need to actually get one more from the research quest that I'm doing. Let's talk about real quick about some old news, unfortunately, that happened last week, where we're not able to cover this week, or before this week started, I guess. But what is it that we're supposed to be talking about to them?
I need a hint.
It rhymes with arrow.
Oh! A little research event for the second time. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, so...
Like what? Round two?
Round two? Was Meryl a research day, or was it a Go Battle League back then?
Yeah, I think it was Go Battle League. You're right.
So
it was a Snubble last time.
Yeah, definitely. So this was announced early in the week, of course, and it was coming out on this Sunday specifically. So when we were supposed to do the podcast, we were supposed to talk about it. Unfortunately, life goes on.
Slipped our minds.
Yeah, definitely. So we had Meryl Limited Research Day, a 12-hour event, just like any other one. We definitely were surprised, kind of like in a confused stage when it was announced, because we were like, really? Meryl? Like, Meryl? Really? I mean, okay, I guess. It is good PvP Pokemon, so getting the extra candy and extra large candy for the Pokemon itself, we wouldn't really mind about it. In all honesty, it was an okay event. It was a super quick one too, if you were able to do it. I finished it in under an hour. How about you, Chris?
I was at work, so it took me a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I just kind of spread it out. Whenever I was in the back room, I'd do a tiny bit here and there.
Definitely. Well, with the addition of the fairy types, of course, Meryl is also another fairy type that you can catch. It also counted through our goals of this week. And a lot of different things. So May 9th, Sunday from 8 to 10 p.m. So it was a 12-hour event. You can finish it almost at any time of the day. Disclude research. If you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny one, which everybody was okay with. But in all honesty, it was just like, kind of like, why are we having this,
Honestly.
I feel like they kind of caters to the PvP community a lot more when it comes down to it, which is okay, because Meryl is still a powerful Pokemon either way.
Personally, I think they were trying to create more of a gateway for newer players, because Azumarill is like, in a way, it's kind of like pressing the easy mode button for Go Battle League.
That is true.
nothing wrong with that. If you want to just go through the battles without worrying too much about team comp or anything, Azumarill is a solid choice for sure. I'd recommend it 9 times over.
Yeah, no, definitely. In all honesty, it's really one of the only ones that you would want to use. Most of the time, it's a bulky Pokemon. It has good movesets. It has perfect typing for a lot of different things. And in all honesty, the combination of all of that just makes Azumarill a top meta Pokemon for the PvP. So if you got yourself a good one for either Great League or even Ultra League, because you never know. The Great League is actually where it shines the most. I think this IP spread is 0-15-15 or somewhere like that in the new level 50. The old one was around 8-15-15 for level 40. So I know that much because I wish I would actually cut that. But either way, again, Meryl, great Pokemon to use. Again, it was more like a why did they do Meryl instead of another fairy type Pokemon, but it can be understandable in a different type of way. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, that is Meryl Research Day. Now, since that was part of our technically news outlet, we also want to talk about our host for the week and that's the reason why I started with Meryl. Because there's a lot to talk about. So, Chris, what did you get for yourself this week?
Starting it off, I got a 96 Shadow Beldum, and I'm gonna keep it a Shadow. It's definitely gonna take more shields as a Shadow. It's gonna take more wins. From the Meryl little event, I was able to get 2 shiny Meryls. I was crying each time because I had to delete more Pokemon to make space. And then I got a Hundo Meryl. I was like, okay, thank you. I had the Hundo Azrael before, so currently it is staying a Meryl until I see either a Hundo Azumarill from a quest or a Hundo Meryl. I don't know, whichever comes first. And then today at a red light, I just the phone just happened to be on, and I had a shiny Pikachu for the 15,000th time. So that was cool.
So rip your storage at that point?
Yeah, I just got 2 spots, man. That's it.
Dude, I just wonder how the heck can you manage on 2 spots? I know that you catch and transfer a lot of times, but it just feels like a hassle, you know?
Extreme management is very not fun. But I know if I make a lot of space, I'm just gonna hoard everything for like 2 days.
Yeah, well, actually, I was almost at that point today. I knew I needed to delete some stuff, but I am saving most of the Pokemons to be deleted tomorrow during the transfer day hour, which tomorrow is Dratini Spotlight hour. So if you guys want a lot of Dratini candies, you want to actually do this event. And special extra large candy too. So yeah.
That works.
Yes, definitely. And as Chris has mentioned before, if you actually tag the Pokemon that you want to transfer, it will be a lot quicker to do it once you actually get there. So you can just do a quick mass transfer through all the Pokemon that you have, which I'll probably do that tonight, actually. And then...
especially now that you can do legendaries, too.
Yeah. And no, that's actually a great way to continue catching as many Pokemon, do the transfer so quickly so it doesn't impact your gameplay throughout the hour, since you want to catch as many as you want to. But yeah, so that was your whole shinies and hundos. Any hundos?
Just the Meryl.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, a lot of people got Meryl. Mine specifically. So I'll start telling a story. So I mean, the Luminous X event started, and I was hyped for it. I like the new Pokemons, the new fairies, Spritzy. What's the other one? I can't remember at this point. Sorlix.
Yeah.
Sorlix.
Slurpuff.
Sorplux is the evolution. Sorlix is the pre-evolution. So Sorlix,
you're right.
Spritzy, and Gumi were now spawning in the wild, which is amazing. I loved it. So far, I want to say this event has actually loved me more than it should have, and I don't understand why. Okay. So, what do you want me to start with? Do you want me to start with the hundos or do you want me to start with the shinies?
I think hundos, that is what we have grown to know you for is getting a
Okay.
hundo
All right.
every single week. It
All
feels
right.
like.
I'll hide it a little bit if you actually sneak peek through that. That's fine. But Paper Cut, thank you very much for joining us. You're actually in a good time right now. So if I go up, I see a beautiful legendary Pokemon right here. That actually happened to be Hundo during the event. So yes, I did get a Hundo Cernius on the third raid of the event. I was like ecstatic. I loved it. I was just thank you that I don't have to go through 20,000 raids just to get one hundo. I was so happy. Like I was so happy. I was like I'd right out of work too. It was a long day. I invited to a raid. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Brand new legendary, brand new hundo for the collection. I just all over the place. So that was just the coup de grace from one. Then I go ahead and get a Shadow Sableye that's just enough IBs in the Purified department as a Hundo. So I did get a Purified Hundo Sableye. I've been wanting a Hundo Sableye for a while, even before level 50 was a thing. And honestly, I'm just happy that I was able to get it. I also won it because I needed a mega Sableye ready to go. So I'm actually super happy about that. And
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes. So I have my Hundo Sableye for the mega once it comes out, probably during October or Halloween or anything like that. That's the most field case when it comes to mega evolutions, of course. And then of course we go to the next one. I hatched a Hundo Azurill, the little ball, bouncing ball. It wasn't a Shando, unfortunately, but I'm happy about it. So instead of Meryl, I get Azurill, and it's just fun as it is. I also got the Hundo.
More rare.
Yeah, so I've been hatching a lot of eggs, so that's a different thing. And then, oh my goodness, that same day, I think it was the same day or the day after that, I go ahead and do a rocket balloon. Because right now, rocket balloons are spawning every 4 hours, thanks to the event. I think it's thanks to the event. I get a Shadow Hundos Skarmory out of a balloon, and I'm like, yes, this will be a monster PvP Pokemon to come in the later future once I be able to get the extra large candy for it. Oh my goodness!
You grind.
I was static.
I'll grind though.
Like I posted it everywhere. After that, the week went pretty normal. I'll talk about the shinies during the time, of course, but afterwards, I think yes, it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I went ahead to get my second shot of vaccine, and that is actually happening in a park, so that I'm able to spin a lot of Pokestops during the time that I'm getting it, so it's easier for me to restock or do other things. I happened to get a Hundo Shadow Magikarp. 2 Hundo Shadows within the week. It's unheard of, at least for me. I never get anything good from the Shadows.
Easy.
I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, seriously, what the heck? I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know my luck at this point. I did evolve it, which was stupid of me, but I am waiting for the TM event, and I'll hopefully have a charged TM ready for it, of course.
It's not a huge deal, because especially since they made Elite charged TMs a thing. And with this event giving the rise to being able to charge TM off moves for the Comday moves, it's looking pretty good for the future.
Yeah, it's definitely looking super interesting for it, that's for sure. So I was static. I posted everywhere. I actually posted on Twitter, and a lot of people actually interacted with it. Over 100 likes, over 5,000 interactions with the tweet. So it was crazy. A lot of people were hype about it too. It was a crazy Sunday, that's for sure. I also got another Hundo Purify Oddish from the Rocket Stops. So Max Power Purified. This is my final one that I needed to complete the family Hundo line. I got Oddish, Gloom, Blight Bloom, and Bell Blossom. I got every single one of the lines, which I'm happy That was the last one, and I'm lucky enough to say that the last one was a Purified one. A little bit of a gloom, just because I have the other ones already, but pretty nice all overall. And then today I also get a Hondo Jigglypuff out of regular in the wild.
That's an interesting one too.
Yeah, definitely one. This is my first one out of the two. Technically, anyway. I think I have the baby form, but it never evolved it, if I remember correctly.
Definitely keep it a baby.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Because I'll get another Hondo eventually when it comes down to it. Especially with this event, how things are going. So my Hondo haul for this week. 7 Hondos in 1 week. Can't get any better than that, right? Well, it can because I have not talked.
Okay.
It can because I'm just talking about the shinies too. So once again, start of the event. I'm hatching eggs. First batch of eggs. 2 shinies. 1 shiny Azuro. 1 shiny Gibble. I got them to hatch. I don't know how I got it in the first batch. I've been hatching eggs after that, and I'm kind of weird about it. IBs wise, it could have been better, but I'm also have some trade fodder. Meryl Research Day granted me with 4 shinies, so I got plenty to trade, plenty to go around. I have one that's actually, I want to say good PvP IBs. It's like a 11, 15, 15, but I'm just gonna keep it shiny anyways. I got better ones anyways. Same day, I do a research for Gibble, another shiny Gibble. That's all in like a span of 1 Sunday. And then after that, I get a Shadow Shiny Beldum.
Does it feel bittersweet at all with the Calm Day coming up?
What, for Gibble?
Yeah.
Well, definitely was going to talk about that in the news section.
Okay. You can wait to talk about it if you want.
Well, there's definitely a lot of things to talk about when it comes to the announcement of Gibble Community Day, which a lot of all of us have heard already. We'll definitely talk about it in just a moment. So I'm just happy that this week has been a glorious week of shinies and hundos. Like I'd never get this lucky. I barely even get 1 hundo per week, and I got like 6. Barely. Yes, okay. Barely. Dude, in all honesty, I'm actually happy. It's like I said, every single time something happens in the Pokemon game in the game this last week has been insane. So there's still more to come, of course, because there is another week worth of Luminous X events. So we are just waiting for more raids, for more things. I do hope that we get other cool stuff. Are you hunting anything out of the Shadow Shinies?
Shadow Shiny? Like the current ones? Well, I'm kind of annoyed because I keep getting Cliff, and I already have Shadow Aerodactyl Shiny. The only one I really want, like hardcore, is the Beldum, but I mean, you'd need it to have good IVs, like for Master League, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm kind of happy with what I got.
I mean, I was looking for the Beldum too. I was hoping for a Shundo, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we need the snow weather to really benefit from that, but
yeah.
Alas.
Alas, we will never see snow in our lifetime. But yeah, that was my haul, and to tell you the truth, it was insane. Just insane every step of the way. Almost every single day this week has been insane. So
Xerneas smiled upon you.
Yes, he did. It did, I guess. It doesn't have a he or she, but anyways. But yeah, no, I'm actually happy. Almost every single Pokemon in the list have been a good shiny or hunter that I've been wanting for a while. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and recap Luminous Legends X event. What do you think of this event so far, Chris?
It's really cool to have a event featuring fairies. That's not a very common typing for them to feature. We maybe get like 1 or 2 Pokemon normally. What do we get? 4 or 5 this time? Meryl. Well, I mean, Meryl was just for the day, but we get Ralts all over the place. We get dragons all over the place. Okay. I mean, dude, the event was freaking insane.
Yeah, no, the event is still insane, brother, because
Mhm.
we still have another week of it, and honestly, it's just insane. Um, that the fairies and the dragons have been a good addition to the spawn pool right now, just because a lot of people are looking to fill up a lot of their medals. Fairy ones, a lot of people are for some reason are missing fairies, which I'm actually surprised because we had a lot of.
Yeah.
I guess there were maybe people who have not played the game as much as we have, or a lot of people who started the game just recently, in probably the last year or so, definitely. Um,
I-
but in all honesty, we
I'm
had a
trying to
lot of
think of the fairies.
fairies amount of Pokemon, especially because I mean Jigglypuff is a fairy and it's been around since the beginning of the game. It's not a super common Pokemon to catch, but it is a Pokemon that we see more often than usual.
Yeah, I don't remember if I had platinum when like Cottony came out, but Cottony's been a real game changer.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like we always get it in the sunny weather, so there's like a fairy in every single type of the weather now.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Um,
Uh,
yeah.
I mean,
Dragon, on the other hand,
we do
I'm still
have
waiting on platinum.
rolls for regular psychic types.
Mhm.
We had, like I said, we have just a lot of types of fairies in our lifetime, and I think that's been a catalyst to have a very high level medal on it. So, uh,
Oh yeah.
in all honesty, pretty okay. And then dragons, which again is not a common thing, but this event feels more like a dragon event than the previous dragon event we used to have.
They really showcased like three different dragons at the same time and kind of gave a glimpse of a few fairies.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I've seen a really good mix between all two of them, basically. Like the fairies and dragons have been a good chunk of each one of them, so it hasn't been like an overwhelming amount of one or out of the other. I was
To be fair,
expecting
yeah.
probably more fairy types than what I think, but the dragons are just spawning like madmen right now. Dratinis, Bagons, the occasional Gumi. What else? That's the only two dragons to spawn in this event. But anyways, um, because
Yeah,
when
pretty much Gibble, Gumi, and Megan.
yeah, the bacon. So yeah, still pretty nice.
Oh,
And the
and
research.
Dratini, yeah.
Oh, and, well, yeah, I did say Dratini. Um, and all honestly, it's still pretty good to have because everybody's looking to finish up the Mew quest for the dragons. If you didn't go ham on Rayquaza, then you definitely will go ham this week. And honestly, it's just a great event overall. I like the diverse spawn pool. We do have Season of Legends spawning every here and now and then. And yeah, no, pretty good. Also, Galarian Ponyta spawning in raids right now. It's also pretty nice. I just did that for you guys. But yeah, and just 10 out of 10 events so far for me. What do you think so far?
From this event, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, it was an amazing event.
It's
I don't know.
amazing.
I don't know. I don't know what I would add, but yeah, it was a very, very fun event.
Did that catch gave me 300 experience?
Is that one of the bonuses?
3,920 experience. Usually it's 1,000 for a 1-star raid.
No, I'm saying is that one of the bonuses with the Ponyta?
We're about to actually talk about this in the news. We did reach our
Yeah.
goal. So we're actually let's pause for a second. Let's real talk about this. Today's research topics include our getting the goal of 500 million fairy types caught. We reached the goal within the week, and even before the week ended, anyways. The bonuses does start on May 11 at 10 a.m. local time. Now, I'm not sure that this applies to the time doing raids in other
That was
places.
in Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, does this actually affect that? Because I thought that you only get the extra experience, if you are at the local time, which right now for us it isn't. So I'm kind of confused when it happens to it. I guess because I'm ruining the raid over there. Thank you for the other raid, by the way. I don't think well, okay, so the other bonuses that we have is Galarian Ponyta is now shiny available once the event starts in your local area, so I don't think I'll get shiny one even if I do the race from there. I think so.
I think it does have a shiny chance, yeah. Especially if it's giving you the XP.
My goodness, that is crazy though. I don't know. I can't take confirm to this unless I get a shiny right now. That's a different story, but you know. But either way, that would be pretty cool. Well, actually, if I think about it, Landorus and the Therian forms, when they were actually out as shinies for the first time, and they were not available in our area, people were getting the shinies on day 0 before day 1 started.
I already see the first one on Twitter 2 hours ago. It looks like.
So are we then having extra experience and shiny Galarian Ponyta available as of right now? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you're in the right time zone, I believe.
I'm still confused then because I don't know if we're in the right time zone or not at this point because we're doing raids from other places and they're in the right time zones. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like if you're raiding in the right time zone.
Oh, well, I mean, if I get it, that'd be awesome.
I believe that's my personal interpretation.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so shiny Galarian Ponyta and Pancham is actually going to be coming out of strange eggs starting at the local time of your event starts or the bonuses start. So make sure you hatch them, I guess, because again, the pool for the 12k eggs is not the best anyways. But we'll see. Galarian Ponyta is still a pretty awesome shiny to get. What do you think, Chris? You want to rate it?
I'm definitely a fan of it. It's definitely one of Juliet's favorite shinies, my girlfriend.
Right.
For the viewers. So I'll be trying to get it so I can at least, give her something to ooh and ah at.
I wonder how.
I don't know.
I think it's because it's still a.
Yo!
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
Paper cut.
Just got a shiny. He'll probably post it on the Discord eventually. Yeah, no, so it's actually insane, but congratulations, we got the bonuses, 3 times cash experience. It's really welcoming because a lot of people are in the grind to level 50, and then of course the shiny Galarian Ponyta. So either way, this is a okay rewards from doing such a thing as that.
So, I'm so glad they did it this way instead of the way they did it last time.
Well, they did learn from their mistakes, which I'm happy about. So that's pretty
good. Thank you, Niantic.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Hashtag thank you, Niantic. Well, I am just getting invited to all the Ponytas, so I might as well do it if I get the shiny on stream. That'd be great. But yeah, so that's one. Then the second piece of news that we have today is the announcement of Gible Community Day. So let me go to Pokemon Go's Twitter real quick and actually show you guys what they said. So on May 7th at 9 a.m. in the morning, their tweet was, Gible, June 6th. That's it. That's the tweet. Hashtag Pokemon Go Community Day. And the internet went wild. Because there's a lot to talk about that one for sure. Now, you did actually ask me, Chris, what are my thoughts about the shiny Gible and the Community Day and how things are, handled at this point. And honestly, I was doing the eggs no matter what because I do want to get a hundo Gible. So the odds for me to get a hundo Gible are better doing the research or the eggs. And for some reason, I just love doing eggs, especially with the pool that we have right now. For 7k eggs, it's probably one of the best ones we will ever have in recent times. But either way, I'm actually okay with it. And, getting the shinies, like I said, I was not expecting getting another shiny Gible, aside from the very first one I got during GoFest last year. And then traded away to get a 98 Eevee shiny Gible, which, again, pretty cool. And honestly, I'm okay with this Community Day type event because it's still, I mean, we knew the Community Day was coming. We're just waiting for it at the end of the day. It was long time coming, and I'm sure that their plans were kind of cut in almost 100% of the time because of the pandemic. I was thinking that we were gonna have it last year for sure, but now we're gonna have it this year during summertime too. So we need the right weather, which luckily Gibble does have weather boost both in sunny weather and windy weather from being the dual type. And shiny, please. No, okay. So now I ask you, Chris, what do you think about this event or this announcement?
For Gibble, yeah, I honestly feel like, people knew it was coming. They just kind of want something to complain about this week again. I don't know. It's definitely something to look forward to. Community Day, in my opinion, isn't supposed to be a big extravagance. It's supposed to be something extra to get the community together, and I think Gibble is freaking amazing for that. That is a huge win for the community.
Well, I can tell you this much. During that day, even though people have complained, and we'll talk about the complaints in just a moment, it's how the game is going to work that day, and it's a Sunday. So we basically are...
Yeah, it's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday, so I say, Chris, already requested it off if you can.
Oh, I asked it off. I'm ready, boy. I already got the hundo, but we both need the shundo.
I need the shundo, I need the hundo. I got my 3 shinies, so I'm actually okay with shiny wise, since I already got the 2 from this event anyways.
Yeah, I think I have 2 shiny Gibbles, but I could always...
when it comes down to the negativity about this, now people are saying, why are you devaluing my shiny? I worked so hard for this. I always thought there were always going to be some type of event kind of thing. So, in all honesty, if you were not expecting a community day Pokemon or a community day for Gibble, I don't know what you were expecting. Just because the shiny was released way early than we thought it would, because it was early in its cycle. And just because of how Community Days has been in the last few months and the past year, you still cannot say the Gibble is a powerful Pokemon to have as a Community Day Pokemon, especially how the way they want to do Community Day and how they want to increase their amazing ability for PvP, both Great League, Ultra League, and because there's already a monster in Master League anyways. But there's more to it than meets the eye, and people who whine about their hard work of getting the shiny before. I want to tell you one thing. You know how many times I rated it for Gibble during Pokemon Go Fest, the day after Go Fest, the events after Go Fest, and even the events now? I can tell you for sure that I spend enough money to say that my shiny Gibble is more value than anything. But yet I'm not complaining about the event because I want it. I need it. I need the extra large candy either way, so there's not much difference when it comes down to it. I want Gibble.
Like, you're paying for an exclusive, a head start exclusive, I guess, is the way they were thinking of it.
Yep.
And now they're complaining because it's not exclusive anymore.
Any Pokemon.
This game's for everyone, man. Well, come on.
Any Pokemon in Pokemon Go will have a shiny available to the masses, even if you don't pay for it. That's 1. 2, any Pokemon can have a additional event to include more shinies and more relevance to it, depending on how they want to see it. And 3,
you know the next big one. I'll go after you.
Oh, well, I'm just saying that 3 is more like, no matter what you do, it will always be something that you will learn to love from the things that you've done. Like, if you haven't gotten Gibble yet, cool, this is the event for you. If you already got a shiny Gibble because you rated 500 to 200 times or whatever else that you rated, because people did it, then good for you too. I mean, you got a shiny, you got it earlier than everybody else, and I'm pretty sure that, you boosted about it and say, I got my shiny Gibble, things like that. Congratulations. Now everybody's going to have one because we just love the game like that. And then go on, Chris.
You know the next one people are really going to be complaining about?
Dino, probably.
Shiny Dino. I gotta trade one of mine for something rare before it becomes before it becomes a common.
Well, my shinies are ready for you, my friend. You know that, right?
I might hook you up. I might hook you up because you never know. It could be what 3 months from now.
It could be. It could be. I don't foresee Dino anytime soon, but you never know with the Pokemon Go these days. I mean, it could be heck. It could be July and be like, oh, holy shit.
You're welcome.
I know, right?
There you go.
Well, I mean, July is the anniversary of Pokemon Go, and yeah, that will be an insane weekend. Anyways, Pokemon Go Fest being that weekend, and dang, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, interesting for
Community
sure.
Day and Go Fest. Ooh.
Yeah, Community Day and Go Fest. Well, they haven't really paired them up too well last year, or even recent years actually. But you never know. You never know. June is going to be an interesting one for Gibble. So prepare your Pokeballs, restock, get ready. June is the month of the Dragon Gibble, or the Land Shark Gibble. I'm getting invited to another one. Holy shit. Okay. But yeah, those are the news on that. So then we're going to be talking about the news that were announced previously, actually today specifically. So it's actually kind of nice that we have a little bit of news to cover this week. So the very first thing that got announced today on May 10th is a special weekend event with Verizon and 7-Eleven in Mexico.
Yeah, there's a tiny bit of a leak of this last week on the episode, but we weren't sure if it was legit back then.
Well, now we know it is legit. So, in May, we're hosting a Pokemon Go special weekend event in collaboration with different partners around the world. Verizon in the United States, 7-Eleven in Mexico, and Yoshinoya in Japan. If I butcher that, kill me in the comments. Trainers with an event ticket will be able to enjoy timed research featuring Pokemon attracted to instants and more. So, what is this special weekend? Well, it's an in-game event that you can access using an event ticket acquired from the participant Pokemon Go partners, either physically or digitally. The ticket has a code that you can redeem on an offer redemption website. Okay. After you redeem this ticket code, you'll be able to participate in a special weekend anywhere during the event period. Well, when is this event? Starts on Saturday, May 29 at 12 a.m. and ends on Sunday, May 30th before midnight. Local time, of course, so you guys will be ready for that. The tickets featuring, of course, you got to get it from the special partners, which for us will be Verizon. The following features for this event. On Saturday, May 29 from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Eevee, Meryl, Sableye, Stunky, Spritzy, and Surlis will be attracted to incense. If you're lucky, you might even find a shiny Eevee. Okay. Different unknown letters will be attracted to incense depending on participating partners in your region. Shiny unknown will not be appearing during this event, though. Also, quick shiny check. Nope. I don't know. My luck has been insane, so I don't know if I will get it or not today anyways. Verizon, of course, will have the unknown V. 7-Eleven will have S. And then Yoshinoya will have Y, which is pretty cool if we were in Japan.
Yeah, I want that Y.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. But yeah, in all honesty, pretty good so far. The following features will be available on Saturday, 12 a.m. to Sunday the 30th. Event exclusive time research will be rewarded encounters with Eevee, Spritzy, Swirlix, and Dino. Event exclusive time research will be available and reward experience and incense, a star piece, a lucky egg, Spritzy candy, and Swirlix candy. You'll have an increased chance of receiving lucky Pokemons when you trade with a friend. You'll also have an increased chance of becoming lucky friends when interacting with a friend during the weekend. You'll earn double the experience for catching Pokemons, and you'll receive an exclusive medal when you redeem ticket code of the offering website. Chris, you got Verizon?
Nah, I got T-Mobile.
God damn it. I'll find a way. I'll find a way for it because this event's kind of looking fire right now.
I was gonna say I'm not a mooch, but if one of you guys want to hook me up, I'll trade you something. I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Twitter, get us, please. Help.
So the following bonuses will also be available for all trainers around the world, even those without an event ticket, from Friday, May 28th at 10 a.m. to Monday, May 31st at 10 a.m. local time. The number of gifts you can open daily will be double. And trade range distance will be increased to 40 kilometers. So we do have the chances of trading a lot of different things. If you don't have the event tickets, I'll definitely be saving my gummies for this because I want a hundo gummy. But yeah, so how do we get it? We got to go through the websites. The websites are right there. Actually, let me show you to you guys. Verizon, 7-Eleven, and Yoshinoya. I'm going to try to see if I can get the Verizon one for sure. I don't know if I have to pay or anything, but I will find a way to get it, and then I'll let you know, Chris.
Okay.
And then, well, once you actually get the code or the ticket or whatever, just make sure you redeem it at their website to get it, especially for iPhone users. I know their Android users can get it, I think, through the shop, but if you can redeem it, just do it as quickly as possible before the event starts and all of that. So anyway, it looks like a pretty awesome event. A lot of fairy types, a lot of Sableye extra large candy, Eevees, for me at least. But there's way more to actually talk about when it comes down to events. So I think that this event is okay. I wish Shiny Unknown would be available, but that means that they had to make it available for everybody anyways.
Yeah, you'd be releasing 3 different shiny unknowns across the whole world. That's just, oh my gosh, that'd be very tricky.
I do think people will go crazy over that if they do release it for every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk more about it when the day comes, of course. But the event, the exclusivity of that event is still pretty cool. So we'll definitely see if we can get ourselves some tickets for that. All right, Chris, what about the next event? What do we have in our news section?
Well. This is a legendary I'm definitely looking forward to. The Luminous Legends Y event details. Ooh, bacon.
So I was hoping for this during Monday, for today, Monday's event, for the podcast today. So, and I'm glad that they were able to release the details about the Luminous Legends Y, which features a brand new legendary Pokemon coming into Pokemon Go, Yveltal, the Destruction Pokemon, I believe. That's what it's called. So
yes, sir.
This event, including Yveltal, will feature many Dark-type Pokemons, and of course, Pancham will be hatching from Strange Eggs. It seems, however, the Team Go Rocket has gotten a wind of Yveltal's arrival, and naturally, they're up to no good. They will appear to be planning on turning more Pokemons into Shadow Pokemons during the first week of the Luminous Legends Y events. So we'll need your help to save those Shadow Pokemons. So we did mention about the code in the APK mine about the Shadow Pokemon, so we're going to be pretty interesting. We're also receiving reports that some Team Go Rocket grunts will be changing up their battle strategies. You might encounter some that specialize in different Pokemon types in the past, and multiple Team Go Rocket grunts may even challenge you at once. Oh. You heard that right?
Really? What? Yeah. I'm very interested to see how that affects the spawn pool more than anything else.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting for sure. I don't know. That's interesting to say. Multiple Team Go Rocket grunts may even challenge you at once. So that means to tell me there's more than one. So okay, so it might be something close to what Jesse and James have been able to do back in the day. You can get 2 different grunts in the same pool. Or maybe balloons or something like that when it comes down to it, and you have to battle twice as much as usually. Actually, it's pretty cool if you're going for both the medal and the level up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
2 for 1? Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely. But that is, of course, the first half, and then the second half of the Luminous Legends Y event. The focus will shift to Fairy Pokemon and Eevee. Well, why exactly? Because Sylveon is making its Pokemon Go debut for the very first time. I'm so happy!
Sylveon's in chat.
Ah! Oh my god, it's like, if you guys are not in the live stream right now, I'm holding a tiny little Sylveon plush, and that's because it's my favorite Pokemon of all times. Don't ask me why, it just is.
It's a cutie.
It is. So, The intervening Pokemon is an evolution of Eevee, first discovered in the Kalos region. There is a Galarian fairy tale that describes a beautiful Sylveon vanquishing a dreadful dragon Pokemon, making Sylveon the perfect Pokemon to appear at the end of the Dark Team event. Look forward to this fairy type vanquisher of darkness, dread, and dragons during this part 2 of the Luminous Legends Y. I don't know why they had to make it so grand when it comes to Sylveon, but holy Jesus, how I have waited 5 years for this. 5 years for this to happen.
Dude, they milked Sylveon.
Oh my god. So, let's talk about what part 1, and then we'll talk about part 2 in a second. So part 1 will start on Tuesday, May 18 at 10 a.m. to Monday, May 24th and until 8 p.m. local time. The features of part 1 of this event is, of course, Yveltal making his grand appearance into Pokemon Go. Pancham will be hatching from Strange Eggs, and then, of course, Strange Eggs will also have a shake-up during the time of the event. Quellfish, Labrador, Absol, Scorpy, Sanda, Scrappy, Panyar, Volibee, and Dino. I think they took the little crabby thing out of Strange Eggs, which I'm happy about. Corfish, they cut it out, and I guess they are adding Pancham on it. So, and honestly, not a bad Strange Eggs, because at least something is good out of every single one of them, especially for the candy. But yeah, so then Dark-type Pokemon will appear more frequently in the wild. Keep a lookout for the Pokemon like Houndour, Carnivore, and more. So your Dark-type medal that everybody's been talking about, or the Dark-type quest for the Mew quest, is available at the time of this event. Missed out on some of the Pokemons from that appeared during the Luminous Legends X? Well, you're in luck, because many of them are returning. You can look forward for Pokemon like Spritzy, Snorlax, and Gumi appearing in the wild. So that means that those 3 are not going away anytime soon during this event. Which honestly I'm actually happy about, because I need more.
Me likey Gumi.
Yeah, me too. Completing All Rocket's team time reaches before the event concludes to encounter Dark-type Pokemon like Galarian Zigzagoon. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 7KX: Alolan Rattata, Alolan Meowth, Alolan Grimer, Sneasel, Poochyena, Stunky, and Purloin. Dark-type Pokemon like Alolan Meowth, Yveltal, and more will appear in raids. And of course, there is the Megas that we talked about before. Event-exclusive field reaches tags will lead to encounters with Dark-type Pokemon including Galarian Zigzagoon, Scraggy, and more. Event-exclusive air mapping task will lead to encounters with Galarian Zigzagoon. You can use a Charge TM to help a Shadow Pokemon forget their Charge Attack frustration! Yeah!
Those Shadow Hundos.
They're about to go ham, brother!
They're gonna see life.
At the end of the tunnel, I have seen the light of my shadows. They're gonna stay shadows, but you know. In addition, you can work with other trainers to defeat Tingle, Rock, and Grunts, and by doing so, you can unlock rewards during the second half of the event, starting on May 15 to Sunday, May 23rd. You can work together with other trainers worldwide to defeat 25 million Tingle, Rock, and Grunts in total. Give me 1 second because I'm getting another raid. If that goal is met, the following special bonuses will be available from Tuesday, May 25th at 10 a.m. to Monday, May 31st at 8 p.m. local time. A 3 times cash experience bonuses will be active for the rest of the event. If you're lucky, you might find a shiny Galarian Zigzagoon. And then, of course, shiny Galarian Zigzagoon will continue to be available after the event ends. And then, of course, Galarian Zigzagoon will appear in one-star raids for the rest of the event. Regardless of whenever those rewards are unlocked, trainers around the world can look forward for the following during the second week of the Luminous XY event, Luminous Legends Y event. Now, before we get into part 2, Chris, what do you think about part 1 so far?
Bro. OP.
OP?
It's OP. Dude, they have... I love that the events right now have something for everybody, honestly.
Well,
It's a lot to look forward to.
yes, definitely. Now there is of course the events stuff that we're gonna have, like the wall spawns and everything, which honestly they're not the greatest in the world. I mean, we do have Houndour and Carvanha and Purloin and all those Pokemons, yeah. However, the inclusion of still having some of the fairy type Pokemons and Gumi to appear in during the event, I mean, why not, right?
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I mean, I don't mind getting more extra large candy or candy for that anyway, especially for Gumi because I need more anyways. Of course, charge TM frustration during the time of the event. Hoo-ee. And honestly, this event is looking for another 10 for me. Still not a shiny Galarian Ponyta, unfortunately.
I wasn't expecting it, yeah, to have the TM off available. So we need to get our PvP Kingdras like ASAP.
ASAP. The same week as we can. And you're probably going to have a lot of chances when it comes down to it. Because of all the things that we're going to be doing during this event anyways. So don't miss out, guys. Don't miss out. But yeah, and then of course, shiny Galarian Zigzagoon appearing for the first time. I kind of was expecting to it, but what do you think about it?
I saw this was exactly what people were expecting as soon as the Ponyta was announced. It's a very cool shiny. I'm not gonna say that I'm as attached to it as Ponyta, but don't get me wrong, a new shiny always gets my love.
Plus,
I'm definitely looking forward
plus
to it.
Galarian Zigzagoon are actually Obstagoon is a monster PvP Pokemon, so it's kind of good to have it more available for the masses. Before then, Galarian Zigzagoon was only available in 7K eggs, and even hatching those back then, and some.
It should have been in Go Battle League too, I think.
Yeah,
I might be wrong though.
But in all honesty, I mean, it's still not bad when it comes down to it. I like the shiny. Shiny Galarian Zigzagoon is a pretty awesome shiny. And Obstagoon
did a really good job.
Yeah, and Obstagoon just makes it even better when it comes down to it. But yeah, man, we're almost an hour in, and we still haven't finished this. So now we're going to be talking about part 2 of the Luminous Legends Y event, which starts on Tuesday, May 25th at 10 a.m. to Monday, May 31st at 8 p.m. local time. So until the end of the month, technically. Part 2 features include Sylveon, who is making its Pokemon Go debut. Evolve Sylveon or Eevee into Sylveon by earning hearts when it is your buddy. So that means that it's a mechanic using that we knew was going to happen to have. Earning hearts to evolve Eevee into Sylveon makes it pretty easy for us to be able to get it. It really depends on how many hearts you need. And I know there's a name trick that a lot of people have been talking about in the last few months. So even if it's not the name trick, at least you'll be able to still have Sylveon in your inventory pretty soon. Eevee, Rolls, Fritzy, Swirlix, and others will be appearing more often in the wild, alongside some of the Dark-type Pokemon featured in Part 1 of the event. The following Pokemon will be hatching from 7km eggs: Eevee, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Togepi, Azurill, Spritzy, and Swirlix. So another good pool of 7k eggs, just removing Gibble and adding Eevee. And of course, Togepi. Some of the Eevee evolutions will be making its appearance in 3-star raids. Keep an lookout for Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, and Umbreon. Event-exclusive field research tasks will lead to encounters with Eevee in some of the Eevee evolutions and more. Event-exclusive AR mapping will reward Puffins. And Sylveon-inspired Abaton items will be available in the shop. So part 2 looking like a kind of like a down hype of the Eevee of the events that we have since the beginning of this month. However, Eevee, Umbreon, extra large candy, get it. Like there's not like part 1 let Eevee spawn, part 2 catch the Eevees, part 3 profit.
It's looking like a really fun fairy event, but yeah, it's kind of turning into an Eevee event at the end.
Well, something that people are saying, actually, something that Joe Maverick, the creator the creator of Cerebi.net, actually mentioned that right now in Japan during the time of this event, the Eevee Evolution TCG cards are gonna be actually appearing for the very first time.
Oh,
So the
the Eevee
connection,
heroes. You're right.
that the connection is there. Though it could
Mind is
also
blown.
be a huge coincidence. But in all honesty, I'm sure Chris will try to get those cards for me.
Dude, I couldn't even grab them for myself yet.
Oh Lord, but yeah. So, in all honesty, I'm happy about it. We still have chances to catch a lot of the fairy types and dark type Pokemons from the previous events. Sylveon has been a long time coming Pokemon for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people. The shinies and the hundos are ready to go. So, if I can get a Shando though, that would make it all the better for it.
That'd be your signature Pokemon.
That will be
Other than
my body
Sylveon.
Pokemon for the rest of my life. And I'll use it in every single battle. It's like Master League. You want Dragon types? Nah, Sylveon.
It's a Sylveon meta now.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't have a Shando Eevee, unfortunately. Not like my arch nemesis Taco from our Discord, but I still need it. And I'm sure Eevee will be spawning a lot more during the times off, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going wild for this event for sure. Plus, I mean, not to be wrong, I kind of want an Eevee Evolution Hundo for every single Eevee Evolution. Go on. Oh my goodness. You and you just
That is
stuff.
definitely a good goal.
Yes. I mean, if I can get Shandos every single one, that'd be amazing too, but still.
Oh,
The luck on that will probably be insane, but I do have a couple of Hondos already for it. I think I have Espeon, Umbreon, and then once Sylvie comes out, and another Eevee for the other two, actually for the other three evolutions, Liftion and Glitch. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to really go ham for this event. Eevee is probably gonna be spawning like an infestation, but you know.
yeah, a hundo of each I can understand. A shundo of each, though, that's crazy.
You never know me and my powers. Especially how my weeks has been since the last week anyways. Alright, so that is of course all the information that we have on the Luminous Legends Y event. Pretty exciting event too, plus a new Hundo, not a new legendary Pokemon and a new event coexisting with a lot of different things. So I'm happy. All together, it's pretty good. We'll see when the time comes. We have another week before the event, the first part of the event starts. We'll let you know exactly how it is. Now, I am less than 100 away from my Platinum Median on my Tingle Rockets. So, I'm happy about that one too, because this event is going to push me over the top.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's good. Alright, I think it's time to talk some PvP action. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go. Alright, Chris, what do you got for me?
I'm looking at Retro Cup right now. I know that Ghost Prankster has been chatting with me a little bit on this in the Discord. I know he's running Frostlass. Frostlass is one of the more easily accessible Pokemon for a lot of people to get. And it's ranked number 2. The rank 1 is an extra large Lickitung. A lot of us aren't able to get that right now. So I would try to focus on things that can cover you from extra large Lickitung and just give you a good grasp on the meta.
Definitely.
And we're just not having to worry about steals, fairies, or dark types. I've seen some funny things on Twitter today though, where some people have seen at least steel types in their battles. So keep your eye out. I may wait a little bit if you're thinking about doing the retro cups. I'd maybe wait just a tiny bit to make sure that Niantic has the right rules in place for everybody. It might also depend on where you're at too.
That's true. There's a few things that they did change. There was actually something here that they guess they took it out, but there was a list of banned Pokemons, of course. I know somebody in our Discord did say they were using Galarian Ponyta, even though it was a fairy type Pokemon, but they took that away pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So they were able to fix some of the glitches pretty soon after the Retro Cup started. And for sure, No fairy types of steals, only the originals 15 types of Pokemons in the game, or dark types, I'm sorry. Dark type steel and fairies are banned from this cup. And then, of course, one thing that I was actually interested about, I knew they were going to remove the typing, but they didn't remove the typing on the moves. So that means that our Pokemons that do learn Charm or other steel and dark type moves, that could be pretty viable in the meta if you use them correctly. Ain't that right, Chris?
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is Charm Raichu.
Yeah, that's the very first one. I also see the Alcati.
Please use it against me. I'll win. Please do it.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that of course Retro Cup is coexistent with Master League and Master League Premier, and then of course, yeah, I think this is the last 2 weeks of season or LEO season, I guess. And then after that, we'll have the Kanto Cup, which will be a normal, free of the mill, no ranking season when it comes down to it. So, better get to level 20 soon or level 24 if you're actually grinding for it. But, let us know. Let us know for sure. What else you got there for me, Chris?
I mean, we know that the end of Season 7 will be coming soon. I think there's a cup after this week that isn't ranked. I thought it was retro, but
no, it's the Kanto Cup.
Kanto Cup. Yeah. Okay. So you definitely want to get as high as you can before Kanto Cup. That will not count for the ranking. But other than that, I just want to give a quick shout out. Go Team Up Worlds was actually hosted by Go Stadium. I think it was this last. I don't remember if it was Friday, like this Saturday. Either way, it was hosted, and it was actually, I believe, shoutcasted by Speediest Chief, King, and Wholesome, 3 very good content creators. And Cool Cats actually took the gold. It has some very prominent names on there: Caleb Ping, the Chaotic Ace, Cochina Mum, Ava Vel won. And they actually came up with the win against the Chicago Porn Dogs, who came in second. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Elite Four and third. If you know them, you know. They're very, very well known in the PvP community on Twitter, especially.
That's for sure.
And I just want to give a quick update on the Sylph factions that I mentioned last week. The Switchmasters are currently tied for third with 6 other teams, 7 teams all in third, with 2 teams that are both in front of us. We are tied with 17 points. And then there's somebody with 18 points and then somebody with 20 points right now. The team is looking really OP. So I'm really expecting some good things out of us, honestly, for the rest of the season.
Well, I do wish you good luck, Chris, and everybody in the Switch Masters team for sure. I'm sure you guys are very opponent-wise, and I'm sure if you do well enough, you'll get the goal. You'll win the rounds, and you'll bring over the championship. Hey, I want to see.
Yes,
I want to see that medal come up on the podcast and be like, "Here's my medal."
I'll just be wearing a fake one that I drew.
It's like participation medal.
Yeah. I've always said team not last. As long as I don't come last, I am happy.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
Gosh.
Well, you guys are doing pretty good to be in third place and tied up with a lot of different other people. So just keep on going. Just keep on going. I'm sure once you get to the finals, you'll be like all overhyped and you'll start getting Speedish Chief autograph or something.
The finals? That's looking forward. That's looking forward.
That is for sure. All right. With that being said, I do think that is a podcast for everybody here. So I do want to thank everybody for joining us once again. You got anything else to add, Chris, just to make sure we didn't miss anything?
I think that's everything, honestly. Just let us know what you think of the upcoming news, especially for Gibble Day. Are you excited for it? Are you disappointed? Let us know.
Just give me Eevee and Sylveon. That's all I need. All right.
Oh, we can all. That's our common ground, Sylveon.
But anyways, thank you so much for everybody who's come to the podcast live. Definitely come through that. And of course, if you're listening in podcast services, the podcast does go out on Wednesdays mornings. You can always go to your favorite podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and many other places. If you can read a review, we would greatly appreciate it if you can get there. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, myself and Pure Let It Go, Chris at Pokemon Trigger, please. And then, of course, you can always join our Discord. I mean, we love to have different people on Discord. There is the Discord link both in the description of the podcast services. And if you do exclamation Discord in the channel, you'll definitely be able to go there. But yeah, make sure you do that. You can always you can always email us at thepurifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Don't hesitate to email us. We're always waiting for new emails for anything, and we'll definitely read it out for you guys. And then, of course, don't forget to check us out at the Purified Podcast at purifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, you got anything else to add? If not, how about you take us away for the night?
I just want to say really quick, I looked up Sophian's moveset. It appears to get Charm. Oh no.
Hold on, let me remember that song from TikTok. Oh no, 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 no.
Oh no! Oh no, we got a new Charmer in the meta.
Oh,
okay, I hope you guys are looking forward to these next few events. It's looking like a great one. So yeah, keep grinding, get that XP, show us what you got. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.
Keep grinding. Have a good night, trainers.